This is so creepy looking. This is like something out of a horror movie. I'm not even playing. Give me a minute, I'll turn the camera around. And it's like 10:30. So the sun is up. There's just treetops all through here. What's up, everybody? It's Zach with Half Pace Outdoors. Before we get into the final episode of the Going for Broke series, I wanted to take just a second and talk to you guys about something. The aim through this whole trip was a 10-day solo public land deer hunt. Even though I packed it up and came home on day 8, I don't consider this a failed trip. I saw more deer in the week that I was down there than I did my entire hunting season last year. So that's a win for me. Now I know places that I can take my buddy to when we go down for gun season this year. So, it's not all about having to go out in the woods and kill something. I feel that I'm putting socks on. I feel that I made the smartest decision I could at the time in packing it up and coming home with an injured knee, because I'm the kind of person that I'll go until my body stops. Like, I will not be able to pick myself up the next day. And I was 2.5 hours away from home. Nobody from home knows how to get to where I was at except for calling for help. So it was a safer decision for me to pack it up and head home. That's the truth about it. So I hope you guys enjoy this last episode. I enjoyed the entire trip. I've really enjoyed editing all of these out for you guys. It has been an awesome experience, and we will continue to keep making more awesome videos and taking more epic adventures. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Good morning, everybody. This is day 7. I'm exhausted. We've got 20-mile-an-hour winds going on right now. I can't shoot in that, so I'm not rushing to get out there yet. Let's get up and get this day started. Need some coffee. So yeah, my stove's now out of fuel, which is a very good reason why I always bring my Ohuhu stove. Always have a backup. Unless it's a bushcraft kit, and then you've just got one. But when I come out like this, I always try to bring a backup. And instead of buying another can of fuel for the stove, I bring my Ohuhu. Oh, I got an idea. Let's do a cool trick. It didn't work. Nothing. What the heck? There we go. It worked that time. Alright, I'm sitting here listening to my power music before I walk out into these windy woods, praying to God it doesn't rain on me. I left my rain gear back at camp, even my camo tarp. But I've been looking at this section of trees since day one. Because there's a lot of oak trees back in there. Our oak trees are still like dark green. So I think that's where I'm gonna head. And we're gonna try that out. All right, let's go hunting. All right, guys. I'm gonna do the best that I can to up my filming for the rest of this. The biggest issue has been my action camera, which is like an SJ4000. It's a little cheapo. I mean, it does nice video when it works, but my battery's compromised. It's not charging. The only time I can use it is when it's plugged into my solar charger, and that's no good to me. Oh, that dude was dressed in camo in a black Envoy. Here I am dressed in camo in a black Envoy. That's awesome. I'm putting my grunt call on my arm because I'm going to be still hunting today. The impenetrable wall of brush that we're about to head into. But I'm taking a little bit of a breather because I'm sweating really bad. Something just moved up there. There's a rub right here beside me. Alright. This is an old logging trail. It's pretty grown over, so we're gonna go see where it goes. I had a heck of a climb getting up here. There's a pretty steep cut hill to get up here. I'd say about a 200-foot climb. Which, I mean, that doesn't sound like much, but when it's a 200-foot climb over a span of like 75 yards, it's pretty steep, especially for me. Alright, let's go see what we can make happen. Okay, so I was right. Up on top of this hill is just littered with oak trees. And I'm not seeing a lot of acorns on the ground through here. But here I keep finding old scrapes. I've only found one new, old rubs, sorry, old rubs. I've only found one new rub, and that was back when I first got into the woods. I want to finish climbing to the top of this. There's a little bit of a ridge right out in front of me. So I think I might pop my head over the top of that and see if I can see anything. I got burrs all over my pants. Well, since my action camera is not wanting to work, and I only have one battery for it, so I can't walk around filming what happens. I didn't see them, but I could hear her blow. A doe blew like 4 or 5 times, and then they took off crashing through the woods. And it was downwind of me. And here, I'll show you how thick this stuff is. can't see farther than 30, 40 yards. But the wind is helping mask my noise. And the wet ground is helping dull my footsteps. So it's helping me get closer today. But I haven't seen a buck rub in about 50 yards. So I think I might head back towards the road a little bit and see if I can figure out where he splits off at. As I'm standing up getting ready to move, look what I see sticking out of the tree. Somebody's broadhead. That makes me wonder if that was a successful shot or not. That's awesome. It's about 11:45. I'm hungry. So we're gonna sit down, eat a fruit bar. The wind is just swirling like crazy up here. 1 minute it blows this way, the next minute it blows that way, and then it's blowing this way. I came back down the hill about 100 yards where I found the 4 scrapes bunched up in a little area. Squirrels aren't even coming out of their nests. So I think what I'm going to do is head back down to that field where I kicked up the younger buck and we saw those does the other day. You guys see these treetops? I'm showing you at a calmer moment, but the wind is just ripping around. I just saw a buck coming down the hill. But he turned out. Which way he went? He went that way. And the wind's blowing this way. I started heading down the hill to head over to that field where we saw the does at. And I just had a gut feeling to sit down here at the bottom where that first rub was. And as I found a spot to sit, I'm walking over to it. I found a pretty big scrape. So I went ahead and sat down. It's been about 45 minutes, and I just looked up the hill, and I could see the rack moving like just over a little lip. I just had an epic fall, and I really torqued my knee up. These rocks, it's like that the whole way up, even under all that grass. I didn't pick my right foot up high enough and it got caught under weeds. And then on top of that, I got a bunch of mud in my cam now, and my limb is chipped. We're gonna sit here and take a minute. This hurts. And I gotta come all the way up. Alright, let's go. Alright, so here's the plan. We're gonna head back to camp. I'm going to clean the mud out of the cam on my crossbow, re-wax and lube the string, or wax the string, lube the rail. And there's an archery range about a half mile from camp. I'll go there and make sure it's still shooting safely and accurately. We'll have to go from there. We're probably going to end up sitting most of the day. Oh, back at camp. So there it is. I cleaned out the crossbow cam. It's no worse for wear. It's just the finish that's chipped. It's not the laminate of the limbs. There's only a couple little tiny chips. It's nothing major. Been falling for 14 years. Day 7 has just been a total sham. I was telling myself I needed to come over into this field all the morning long. The place where we saw the does the other night. Because with the rain the last day and a half and the crazy wind today, it's going to have the deer up and moving. As I'm walking in here, I kick up a doe at like 20 yards away from me. And I don't walk around with an arrow knocked in my crossbow in case I fall like earlier today. As I'm trying to sit here and get ready, that doe I kicked up as I'm walking in comes walking up to my right. Just had a camera shot. I bet you those trees are a mile away. It's been a long, rough day. And I woke up with a new vigor this morning too. I'm like, day 7, we're going to make something happen today. It's going to be an awesome freaking day. And while I did succeed in seeing more deer today than I have yet, I'm just ready to pull my hair out and be done with it. So it's like 8 o'clock. I got back to camp. I made dinner. I spilled half my dinner on the ground. but I made three s'mores instead of 2. I have a Kit Kat for 1 more s'more tomorrow, and I think I have a Reese cup for 1 more s'more. Alright, I'm done with today. I'm gonna write it in, I'm gonna journal it. I'm not even gonna read my book. I'm just gonna crawl into my bag and go to bed. I think we're gonna do something different tomorrow. Alright, you guys will see me in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It was a really rough night. It got really cold. My knee is locked up this morning. It hurts a lot. And I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's raining again. Not hard, it's just a sprinkle this morning, but it's still raining. Look at the fog. You can't even see the water. I'm gonna make some coffee. Oh, this hurts today. I want it strong, so we'll put in 4 scoops this morning. Yeah, I'm showing me walking this morning because it's rough. After that fall yesterday, I'm out of whack. Something's not right. Ooh, that don't feel good. I think we'll just scoot it. I'm gonna get behind and push so I don't get run over. Got one seat, one hand on the seat, one hand on the gunnel. Balance my weight. Swing my legs in one at a time. And this canoe is super wide, so it's not like it's that hard to balance anyways. Let me do something with this camera here. It's still this foggy out. You can't even see the end of the strip line. And I gotta be real careful in here because there's treetops sticking up out of the water. This is almost spooky, huh? This is so creepy looking. This is like something out of a horror movie. I'm not even playing. Give me a minute, I'll turn the camera around. And it's like 10:30. So the sun is up. There's just treetops all through here. Maybe that's why I get snags all the time. That explains a lot, huh? This is so eerie. Can you guys see the loons? I think those are loons. Oh, they just dove. Look, the sun's out. Not that it's making any difference. Let's go chase one of these birds around. And she dove again. My camera is not focusing in this fog. Those are all treetops from when they dammed up this little valley and after they were done strip mining it and let it fill in. And they go like halfway out into the water when the water's low. So most of them I'm like skirting right over top of. It's really creepy. Some horror movie stuff right there, isn't it? That's so cool. Can you guys make out this white tree? Look, just all on its own. Look at the colors in that. Wow. guys see the ones under the water? Almost got through the hard part. Off my leg now. It's not that this is a heavy canoe to drag around, guys. It's just I'm sore and tired today. Well, that was a workout. Helped my back, but not my leg. Well, I think I'm gonna call it, guys. My knee is just wrecked. So I went in town and I called my wife. To see what she thought. And my wife is my biggest supporter. She said stay out here. But I need to be home earlier on the 30th than what the plan was because of the local trick-or-treat. I am tired. I am sore today. And I think I've put my body through enough abuse in the last 8 days. 7 days. I'm sore. I'm tired. I think my body is saying it's done. Our anniversary is on Halloween. And I think that's another reason I feel pressured to be out here. Or pressured while I'm out here, not pressured to be out here. And it's our 5th year. Our 5th year Halloversary is what we call it. I think I'm going to break camp down and head home. It's hard to have fun when you're in pain, and I don't want to keep harping on that. You guys don't want to hear about, so you guys don't want to see somebody complaining on camera that they're in pain. It's just how it goes. But I'm being real with you guys. I'm hurting, so I think it's just best. We accomplished, I'll bet I've covered at least 7.5, 8 miles, at least. Alright, guys. Let's break camp down. Let's break camp down. Pack it up and get back to the family. Home, I figured I'd stop and show you guys this. You want to see something really cool? I love stopping to see this thing. It's called the Big Muskie Bucket. At the time that it ran, it was the Earth's biggest dirt mover. Or, yeah. The Earth's biggest dirt mover. Earth mover, dirt mover. Look at the size of these chain links. Let's see if I can get around here to get my hand on one. Probably not supposed to climb on the rocks, but I'm going to anyways. Look at the size of these links. That is just massive. Isn't this thing just cool? This dug every strip mine down here where I'm at. Look at that. I'm pretty sure there's something over here that says you could park like a bus in it. Big Muskie moved more than 483 million cubic yards of material to uncover nearly 18 million tons of coal over the course of its highly productive operating life. In the early 60s, increased production was needed to meet rising demand for coal by Muskingum River Power Plant. The increased mining capacity was achieved with Big Muskie, a Bucyrus Erie 4250W drag line. Huge by any standards, the 4250W was the latest walking drag line ever built. It also was the biggest machine ever to move on land. Only seagoing vessels the scale of Navy aircraft carriers are larger and still mobile. The machine's boom was 310 feet long. The house revolved on a 105-foot diameter tub. The bucket, a gigantic 220 cubic yard, twice the capacity of other large drag lines that would operate at Muskingum Mine, could grab 325 tons of earth in a single bite. Big Muskie worked in areas where smaller machines could not reach the full 180-foot depth needed to uncover the Meigs Creek No. 9 seam. When Big Muskie finished uncovering coal in one area, it moved to another with an overall width of 151 feet. The Muskie required a road wider than an 8-lane highway. 340 rail cars, 260 trucks hauled parts for from Milwaukee to Central Ohio coal. Big Muskie took 300,000 hours and nearly 2 years to build on site. It was staffed by a 7-member crew. Weighed 27 million tons, same as much as 3,500 cars. From the back of its housing to the tip of its boom, Big Muskie is 487 feet long, 1.5 times longer than a football field. The Big Muskie, the bucket's swing time from filling, lifting, swinging, and dumping was approximately 60 seconds. Wow! Each bucket tooth was 3 feet long and weighed 1,000 pounds. Big Muskie walked from site to site on 4 hydraulic-driven size 20 by 65-foot shoes. Was powered by electricity delivered by a 13,000-volt extension cord. Here, I'll even show you guys this. Extension cord. Or enough to power 27,500 homes. Nearly 10,000 acres of land mined by the Big Muskie were donated to the International Center for the Preservation of Wildlife Animals in 1986 to create the Wilds, North America's largest open-range preserve for threatened and endangered species. So if you guys ever get a chance, bring your kids down here and check out the Wilds too. Picture of all the miners. So that's cool, huh? Take you guys, learn you a little bit of history. Alright, well, I want to thank you all for coming along. This has been an awesome trip. So, until the next adventure, walk it slow. This is Half Pace Outdoors. Thanks for coming along, guys.